Hey y'all, this is Jeremiah, pastor at Centennial ARP. Thanks for tuning in for today's video devotional out of Proverbs chapter 12, verses 9, 10, and 11. Better to be lowly and have a servant than to play the great man and lack bread. Whoever is righteous has regard for the life of his beast, but the mercy of the wicked is cruel. Whoever works his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits lacks sense. There are marks of Christianity, marks of true belief, marks of one who is really walking, to use the Proverbs terminology, that path of righteousness. God works a work in each of us. He is the one who saves. He is the one who completes the salvation, who sees us through the day, who continues to provide and preserve. And yet, as we see those giant truths play out, the Lord does not deny anywhere in the scriptures that we are moving forward, walking down, being active in righteousness, that we are seeking to listen and obey that which God has commanded and given to us in His Word. And so here there are three things, three principles, marks of a Christian that are good for us to hone in on in devotion. Better to be lowly and have a servant than to play the great man and lack bread. What parts are you playing, and are they true or not? As we have seen elsewhere in the Proverbs, we put on masks all the time. And yet, over and over, God calls us to remove those things and to not play parts, but rather find ourselves in the station which God has placed us, and then to, from there, praise God for what He has given, pray to God for what we lack, and see God work in the situation that we find ourselves, whether it's suffering, pain, joy, happiness, or anything in between. What is your station? And do you play a part as you try to remove yourself from that? Are you playing the great man who is lacking bread? Or are you one who can be lowly and then have your life operate and move smoothly? That's what it means when it says to have a servant, right? For things to work out as they should be working out. Whoever is righteous has regard for the life of his beast, but the mercy of the wicked is cruel. Not only are we playing parts, but no matter how hard we put that mask on, the person is still underneath. And that reality plays out when we least expect it, even like how we treat our animals. But the principle is larger than that, because we see that the mercy of the wicked is still cruel. There are those in life who act merciful, but who are baseline, foundational, absolutely cruel, and they're closer to you than you think, and they're sometimes you. Dear Christian, are you one who is merciful as the Lord was merciful to you, or are you one who is charading as merciful and yet is extremely cruel to those that are around you? Before you say yes or no, think on it. Don't answer immediately. It can be quite convicting when we think relationally in how we treat others. And then that third proverb, whoever works his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits lacks sense. What a most appropriate proverb for our day and age. A lot of people can tell me that they do a lot of work, when in reality what they mean is that they are sitting on, near, or around work while they do something else. For the amount of conversations that I have, the amount of verbiage that I see, the amount of social media that goes down, our work looks a whole lot like play, looks a whole lot like worthless pursuits. Are we diligent, and are we ones who strive in righteousness to do that which is needed with mercy, not playing a part with a mask, but finding ourselves in our station in humility and moving from there? Or are we going down a different path of wickedness, a path of unrighteousness? Devote yourself today to these three proverbs, to the Lord Himself through them, and think on these things and be blessed.